Welcome to our video series on ways to automate your online business. In this video, we'll explore the value of CMS, Content Management Systems. If you're interested in automating as much as possible the publishing side of your website, then you may wish to look at the CMS options, which stands for Content Management Systems. And really, that's just a term that means software that makes actually running your website easier. For example, generally, when you create web pages, you need to create web pages from scratch. You need to create all the text on the page, all the formatting, all the design, and then when you're happy with that, you need to upload them to your website. Make sure you're happy how it looks, make sure all the links work to all the other pages on the site, and there's quite a lot involved on an ongoing basis. Whereas if you're interested in CMS solutions, they often make it easier because they handle the design aspects, you decide on templates, you design a look for your website, and then those become standard across all your pages. You don't need to keep recreating them. You can obviously customize your pages if you wish, but you don't have to. And also, it makes the whole aspect of linking from one page of your site to another, one area of your site to another, a lot easier. So then, what you really need to focus on is just creating the content, typing the text, and maybe formatting it a little. So once you've decided on a look and feel of your website and installed the CMS software and made sure it's working, and you're happy with how it looks and works on your website, then it can make dealing with your website on a day-to-day basis a lot quicker and easier. And also, CMS options allow you to pass work on to employees or perhaps freelancers you're working with because they can start adding content directly to your website without giving them access to the entire website. Because obviously, if they're creating web pages themselves and uploading web pages, they would need FTP access, which gives them almost unrestricted access to the website. Whereas with CMS, you could specify different levels of access to different people. And you could even set it up so as, for example, if you have freelancers writing different blog posts for you, you can specify that the blog posts come to you for review first before they appear on the website. So there's a lot of flexibility there. And if you're interested in a blog-style setup, then there are many blogging pieces of software and services available. There are free ones and paid ones. For example, a very well-known and highly used free blogging software is WordPress at wordpress.org. A very highly thought of paid solution is Movable Type, which you can get at movabletype.com. And a blog, of course, is a certain style of CMS. It's a certain style of web publishing software. And the blog publishing format is done on a posting basis. When you add new content to the website, it appears at the top of the page. And you're probably familiar with blogs. Okay, I've gone to Blogger, blogger.com, which is now a part of Google. This service makes creating and managing a blog very easy. And you can also get set up so that if you're updating the blog within the Blogger interface, it actually appears on your website as opposed to their website. So you may want to look into those options. And just as an example of a blog, if we look here, Blogs of Note, I have it open here, and again, you may be familiar with blogs already, but effectively, when you add a new blog, a new post as it's called, it appears at the top of the page. Blogs generally have long front pages. And the posts are often broken up into categories and archives. These are different categories here, labels, for example. Different blog posts have different labels, or different category names applied to them. And you also have blog archives. Now, blogs are just one format of a CMS solution. And you see if you use Blogger by default, you get a name here, the blog name, blogspot.com. But as I mentioned, there's also the option of using their services and having it appear directly on your website. But because of the way blogs are, you do have certain limitations in how it's displayed. Really, you only want to go with blogging software or a service if you want to run a blog. If you want to stick with this sort of look and feel for a website. If you want more flexibility, you would need a fully fledged CMS software. So I've just gone to Google and searched for content management system software, and there are many options out there you may want to look through. And actually, with that search, I came to a Wikipedia page which attempts to list all the options available. And it can be difficult to choose between them because there are so many. And just from my experience, Drupal is a very widely used free CMS software. And another one which is widely used is PHP Nuke. Because these are free, it can be quite a lot of work getting them customized and up and running on your site. You may actually need to pay someone to handle that for you. And again, also because they're free, it may not be quite as customizable, powerful, nor updated as frequently as commercial software, but again, this is something you'd have to look into yourself. But basically, the bottom line with CMS software or services, they handle, once you actually have them customized and up and running on your site, and you're happy with how it all looks, they have a lot of features, and they pretty much handle the look and feel of your website. So all you have to focus on is the content. And because of that, it makes it much easier to add content from wherever you might be. You can take your laptop, and you may be on vacation, or you may be on vacation abroad, and you may not have access to all the usual web page editing software or your FTP software, for example, but if you can just log into your CMS interface, you can add new content and get it live on the site instantly. So if you're looking for ways for freelancers and employees to work directly on the content of the site, and more flexibility for yourself for updating and changing the site without having to spend a lot of time working directly with web pages and uploading them all yourself and making sure your links work and so on and so forth, then choosing the right CMS solution for you can be very beneficial to those ends. And I keep coming back to this example again and again, but the example of a solution like MemberSpeed. As I mentioned, this handles every aspect of your business, including order management, email lists, customer databases, but also it's CMS software with a lot of ready-made templates which you can also edit considerably if you wish. So it also handles the content of your website, the look and feel of your website, and pretty much handles every aspect of your web business. So you may want to consider a solution like this, or if you're just looking for a blogging solution, and of course there are other content management systems out there. They're for managing most of the day-to-day tasks of your website, so you can purely focus on the content and creating new content.